My private lessons teacher in middle school and high school, she was a student of Dr. Parker's, and I always remembered hearing so much about him and about her lessons with him and all that she learned from him. And I had my first lesson with him in 8th grade, I think, prior to freshman year. And I think I already knew back then that I wanted to study oboe with him.
I'm from College Station, home of the Aggies, and there is just, from preschool indoctrination to become an Aggie. I got to meet Dr. Parker and have a private lesson with him, and that was when I knew I really wanted to come here.
The one thing that was kind of keeping me from pursuing maybe a career in classical music was just from what I had heard, like the cutthroat nature of it. Like people in studios are always super competitive and like don't always get along, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. And I kind of felt that vibe at a lot of the places that I auditioned. But when I came here, Dr. Parker and I walked into my audition and we just kind of clicked, and I just knew that that was the kind of place that I wanted to be.
Dr. Parker is an incredible teacher, first off, but he's so friendly and inviting and funny. Like, it feels like he finds this perfect blend of like you're talking to a friend, but also he helps you like improve so much on your instrument by giving you the exact notes that you need to hear.
That's my passion and my goal as a teacher, is to really live in that space of fun and joy, but also really, really push the students to reach their full potential.
The way they teach us is pretty intuitive. A lot of teachers might tell you just like, do that better. There's so much more that can go into what is doing something better, and I think Dr. Parker delves into that.
Dr. Parker is one of the most enjoyable teachers and mentors that I've ever had. It's a great energy, and that energy always encourages me to try new things and implement the things that he's teaching me during my lessons, and it makes the things that he tells me and the things that he encourages me to do even more impactful because we have that kind of relationship.
He was very emotive and like high energy and friendly, but that's kind of what attracted me more here, because I guess I wanted to maybe rekindle that part of myself as well. And since going here, I think I've opened up quite a bit, and I think Dr. Parker is a big reason for that.
See, that's where I hear a taper. Yeah, no diminuendo. You're being too musical, or the wrong kind of musical for this moment. This moment is just this constant expansive moment.
Every student comes to you with a different set of goals, different set of aspirations, different strengths, and I don't like calling them weaknesses. I call them areas where there's room for growth, right? So as a teacher, I believe it's our job to sort of like get to know the student as a whole person and sort of get a sense of all of those things I just mentioned, and then sort of adjust your teaching style to fit that particular student's needs.
The studio kind of feels like home. It feels very, my connections with people come very like easily, and it feels like we're all working towards the same goal. We're all here to support each other.
So easy to bond with all of these people despite our different personalities and interests. We all have just being an oboist in common.
Everyone here shares the same love for oboe, and we all kind of like build off of each other in that.
I was just warming up, and I hadn't really met anyone in the studio yet, but one of the upperclassmen saw me playing oboe and came in and introduced himself, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
And the first time that we all kind of hung out together and we all realized that we were into reading and stuff, and we were joking about making like some sort of double reads book club because we're all kind of nerdy like that. And I think that's when I kind of knew like this is my place and I have people here.
Well, I want to say that I'm really, really proud of my students. I'm really proud not just as about what they're doing as individuals, but also how much they bought into this philosophy of building a studio that is supportive and that is caring and that is nurturing and that is playful, and how much they all contribute to that in a really obvious and conscious and meaningful way.